going to discuss what creates belief. I've had a couple of technical difficulties and apologize if it's a few minutes late. In fact, I still need to let somebody know here that we started. Okay, so a couple of us and they bailed out on me. It's all right. And I have one that's still probably trying to get on, and I'm not sure if she's going to be able to get on. She had webcam difficulties and stuff. So hopefully we can get some people on here that will have some more insight of what creates belief, because this kind of spurred off on the moment that David Wood had a little blog post about it and really sparked a lot of different emotional triggers. Hey Rosa, are you with us?
I can't hear you.
She can't hear us. I can hear her, but hopefully she could figure that out. So a lot of emotional triggers went on when you create belief, because you have to take, it goes in certain steps. You don't just walk up and get married in one day. You have to go through a process. So what is like the funnel that he takes us through to help you understand and create belief? Belief in what you're doing is real, what you're doing is right, just the security of what that belief entails. And I think so many people see it just physically, mentally, when you see belief in an event, belief in the person is real, you see it, like in the Google Hangout here, or you touch it, you're actually able to hug somebody. And he captured a lot of those emotions in the last video with the event, because he tapped into one of who I look up to is Nicole Cooper, and he really brought out a lot of emotional triggers that she went through in building this business. One was that she just had a child, and when you go through having a child, it kind of goes through different stages in depression as they're growing. They take so much time. Are you doing enough time for the different things that you got to do? So that kind of triggered on just showing her little child and growing through that. So think of like baby steps. One of the biggest books I think people bring up that takes baby steps, and I've probably mentioned it a couple times on some other hangouts, is The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. That's it. He's right on my shelf. So you take those baby steps. So if you're going through a funnel and you start to get to know somebody, that first baby step is going, oh, hey, come look at the first video. And you go through the steps on what creates that belief in a person, right? What creates that belief that that child can make that first step, right? So first you're sharing a video, you're sharing your story out there, and hey, I've gotten from rock bottom and I see the success dream that I want to create, and I've seen proof that other people have done it, and I want to share those successes so that you can do the same. You can see that belief in me, and see this comes over in a lot of religious beliefs too, how you have to believe in another being. And you have to have a strong belief in what the process you go through. I think I remember, if you're not on the Think and Grow Rich call, he discussed that this morning. If you go to thinkandgrowrichaudios.com, you might even be able to hear the download of that today's session that he had this morning, and he really discussed the process that you go through, that this guy was going through this whole transformation, and how what triggered his belief in going through the study of the Bible, or going through the study of everything that he's grown up with. You know, you're grown up around an environment and you've taught a certain way from your parents, and then you reach out and you're learning something else out there. You're really studying and really honing in on what your belief is. And something happened. Okay, and you have that process that you go through, and you have to find the evidences. You have to find the facts. You have to find what is everything congruent that you can hold on to. You develop an opinion about what you learn about it, and that is what holds and creates that belief, in that you move forward in a decision that you have to make. And having that evidence, having those facts, having that proof, having all of that stuff laid out for you is what you need to go through a process in order to make a decision to make that belief even stronger. Okay, when this company started, Empower Network, and all it had was a belief. The trust in the people that they knew that was creating it was so strong in some people, and the development of the relationships that they had, that they knew that when they had an idea, that this was something that was amazing, that they can move forward and be strong in their belief. The company went through changes like merchant shuts down. They actually try to incorporate any merchant company that you can be a hold of, so you can have that 100% commissions. You know, I went through process of figuring out the first merchant account that they said to get, and then that one got shut down. And in time, they had a transition where they were trying to figure it out, and I got on PayPal, and PayPal shut me down, and I couldn't get onto their new merchant account services. And it was a process of figuring out the e-wallet, and it was in a different country in London, and it still is, and figuring out why my small town bank doesn't like London and the process that you go through. So was that belief on there? It was a belief that I knew that, you know, there is a bank in London.
Hey babe, will you fix her pizza? She's hungry.
Yeah, I will. And a process that you need to go through to, you know that that's going to come true. Like, the bank will believe that there is a bank in London and that you are a real person. You just have to call and find a real person to talk to, say, here, what's going on in my account. But that congruency, that everybody goes through different steps in creating that evidence in their business, going, I can't believe that, you know, this person made $100,000 a month. And they're going to show their bank accounts. They're going to show their commission structures, whatever, you know, so people don't steal their bank accounts, of course, but show proof over and over that people are having success. What other information do you need to be approved, to approve yourself, or to have that belief mindset in your business? And then the first step was actually taking out to go to an event. And I've gone to, you know, a couple events, not very far, and it was stuff that, you know, was very accessible to me. It's something that seemed real, that something that I could picture myself doing. And that's the first thing too, is visualizing that you are going to get on the plane to go to the event. Visualize that this actually can happen. You're going to generate enough income to make that belief come true. And I don't know, there's different steps that you go through just in the mindset of it first. Hey Rosa, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You just can't see me, huh?
I just can't see you, not even an avatar.
Oh, not even an avatar. Oh,
You're just a
well.
blue little person, but that's fine. As long as you're here, you're in my presence. So that helps me be my most self-understanding the process of belief going through here.
Well,
So you can,
I honestly believe I can make this happen. I just can't figure out how just now.
no matter what technical difficulties you go through,
That's
that,
right. That's
that
right.
you just keep kind of pressing through. You visualize, I am in the environment of being in the hangout. You know, and that we have, at least 30 viewers coming on this thing and seeing, yeah, my belief can be so strong that I'm here with you. You're going through the process of what do I need to have? Oh my goodness, the first belief I loved on the hangout, Chris Record and Team Take Massive Action showing up the cash, and then the Google Hangout cutting off. I think that was so much fun. I just had to mention that and see if I could get booted off of Google Hangout too. But I guess I'd have to have the cash in front.
Well, it's really funny that you would be talking about the visualization, because I was just listening to the 15K, on the visualization, the one that Dave Wood just kind of walks you through. And that is so true. I've done that for years. I learned that technique, but we forget it. There's so many different things that we learn, excuse me, we learn through the years, and we just forget. We get busy with life, and we have to remember or be reminded through different techniques or different people that come back into your life, and that reminds you of those belief systems and those things that that you have learned. And visualizing, really crystallizing it, really makes a difference, I think.
And you can't really just base your total belief on visualization. Just like 5-10 minutes. I'll be right there.
Fix it for, baby.
And you can't just be based on visualization. You have to have, some type of evidences. That's why so many people study and study and study, going, what are the facts? What is the proof that I can hold on to that will help that visualization? Because, like in the Bible, there's so much facts and evidences in the world that proves that that person was there, that event happened, that miracle happened.
Right now.
Oh, I know, dear. Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi.
We'll be there in just a minute, sweetie.
And
okay?
You're so right, Alicia, that you're right. You do have to have that tangible evidence, because being human, we have to have that tangible evidence. And one of the things that I used to do is sometimes just take a picture. You were talking about having that cash money. Just take a picture of what you're wanting to visualize and put it in front of you. And the more you see it, and the more that you think about it, it can become a reality. It's I forgot. I lost my train of thought there, because I was thinking of Think and Grow Rich, but that's not the book that I was thinking of. It's
The Science of Getting Rich.
Yeah, well, that one too. But no, it's you become what you think about is the essence of the book. And for the life of me, I can't think of what that name is of that book. But it's really good, because if the more you think about something, the more it becomes a reality. But sometimes it just takes us a little while longer to get there, like when you're having technical difficulties. You can't really focus on what you're really wanting to say, because your mind gets kind of sidetracked. So I can understand how sometimes it takes us longer to get to where we want to be for that reason. But
you're working through it.
that's the beauty of it all, is that shows us we're all human. That shows us that it can happen. We just have to keep believing and keep trying. And the most important thing is, don't give up. I was so close to giving up today, because I've been having so many computer problems and all kinds of issues. And you just say, you know, I quit, I give up, it's not worth all this hassle, all this stress, and then you kind of stand back and say, no,
What
that's
other
not
options
what I did
are there? You can't give up.
And yeah, you know, you look back and you say, that's not what I was visualizing earlier. So just get back to that picture in your mind that you said you could do it. You know you can do it. So get out there and do it.
Don't
You
be a
know, and
wussy.
yeah, don't be a wussy, you know. So it's just, and these hangouts really help you keep in focus and keep in touch with people that are there to support you and there to let you know that everything's going to be okay. One way or another, things are going to be okay. Oh, good, there's another face on the screen.
Hey, Alicia, how are you? Who's
Awesome.
that?
Great. We have Rosa over here. She can't figure out our webcam. Bless her heart.
Yeah,
Hey, Rosa, how are you?
I'm fine. I got a new camera, and it works fine on my end. I can see myself just fine. I just can't see you guys.
That's interesting. It's okay.
But that's
Sorry,
okay.
sorry I got on late, ladies. I was having some difficulties on my end.
See, we all have technical difficulties and we lay it out and we're talking about, you know, what creates belief. And we discussed how we need to have that. It goes through a process. You know, you just don't get married in one day, and how we have a business funnel and it goes through a process. You go and learn about a video, learn about their story, and learn about the proof that's out there and what all evidence is out there that you need to make that hold on that belief that you need to go through, because it's that emotional trigger, that last part that you've got to do this, there's no other option, that creates your belief and moving forward and staying consistent in what you believe in.
Exactly. Absolutely. That's funny because I just wrote, didn't we write a blog on that today? Isn't that what your blog post was about?
Yes, that was the focus on, you know, David Wood's blog. That I love the story Harry went through, you know, Nicole Cooper and her story of, you know, how she lost, you know, belief almost when you gained a new child and a new life, and you've got to take those baby steps to get back into having a stronger belief, because there's so many people that got in when, you know, Empower Network just started, and bukus of people like dropped out and just lost their accounts or whatever happened. And well, I'm still kind of figuring out mine, but the process of you know, stuff holds you back, and then you got to figure out holding on to that evidence, that facts that is still there, you know, that this has happened. There's people that have had so much success, and this did happen, you know, and the facts are that it's still a strong company of Empower Network, and there's people that are still believing. And so what hinders us, you know, if you have that evidence and you see the strong belief, you see the strong conviction in people, and you're at the events and you hug people and you see it, you know, and you're touch it. What holds you back from creating
and
that,
then
hold on, that belief?
And right, and then because you go home after that, and instead of taking massive action, or you do take massive action, but then you lose your belief. So, you know, what's that all about? And
or you don't have the belief to get all in, and you're not there yet because you haven't visualized, I have all the products and I can make $3,000 sales. You
right,
know?
right.
There's another
right.
issue there too with a lot of people.
True. Well, you know, it's a great topic about belief, the power of belief. I wrote my blog post today about that because on the prosperity team, that was one of the assignments. So I did a blog post about belief. And, you know, personally speaking, you know, first of all, I want to thank you, Alicia, for putting this together tonight, this hangout. Thank you. You're very on point.
Yes.
And I also wanted to say thank you to you because, David, you know, you did interact on my behalf just because of your enthusiasm and being right on top of things with the Kevin Sousa finding his brother by blogging. And you mentioned, oh, Pat McKeon found her dad. And so, you know, through blogging and video. And then today I redid that video so I'm going to like freshen up the blog and put it out there so more people can find out about that story, because it's a very powerful story to be able to find, you know, your father after 10 years of not talking to him, or him finding me. So thank you for that.
Yes,
And
I mean, people need to know that why this is so powerful, what the vehicle that they can tap into of Empower Network. If you just share who you are, don't be just so scared of not sharing people. That's why people don't get on Facebook and stuff, because they're so secluded on themselves. They're afraid to share who they are. And that's
right.
the power of Empower Network, that people can find you and amazing things can happen to you. Amazing people can find you through just sharing who you are. And that's a strong, hard fear that a lot of people have, and the belief in being who they are.
Right. It's like, you know, Empower Network is just not another, silly blog kind of, you know, foo-foo up in the air kind of business. I mean, it really is, you know, an empowering business. It's changing lives. And in my blog post today, I did write about, you know, the power of belief. In other words, you know, look, we're all human beings. And although I love Empower and I love David Wood and I love the community, there are days when, you know, I just want to throw my hands up and, you know, say, I don't believe what's going on, you know, like Rosa said, computer issues. You know, you want to throw up your hands and say, screw this. But, you know, for me, I get my belief back because, you know, I guess a lot of it has to do with why I'm even here in Panama. You know, why am I living not in the United States? And really, like, you know, I always bring back my belief to the fact that I have people that love and care for me and believe in me, and I want to be able to be that for other people, to build my business so that I can help other people who don't have belief in themselves necessarily at this moment. We can be belief for them. We can be their belief for now, because people were my belief for me in the very beginning. And, you know, Alicia, you and I talk a lot. You know, I know you believe in me and I believe in you, and so now there's that, you know, relationship. And now we have grown to the point where we can believe for those who are just starting out. So that's where a lot of my belief powers come from.
Good points you bring out there. I have a question though for you. What is the belief compared to trust? You know, those are two big words, and how are they similar and how are they different?
You mean believe in yourself and trust in yourself?
Just in the two words, you know, you have to have belief and trust. You know, do they go together, or how are they different?
It's a very good question. I would have to say trust is personal within. Like, I trust myself. You know, I trust you. It's an inner feeling. Trust. It's a very good question, something we should really look up the definitions of. But for me, from my gut instinct, trust is I trust you. I trust a person. It's very familiar. It's a personal. Whereas I believe in this business model. I believe that tomorrow's going to be a fantastic day. So for me, believe is a belief, whereas trust is a more personal heart vibe, heart vibration, or a word that resonates with the heart, whereas belief is an emotional word, to believe in something.
Okay, great.
I don't know. Those are just my ideas off the top of my head, but I will look up those two words in the dictionary and play around with their
Yeah, I think you
concepts.
went in the right direction. I was thinking of that you have to have that trust first in order to have the belief. And so I thought it was kind of part of the process that people are getting to know you. They trust that that evidence is real, is right, is facts, something they can hold on to, and that that's not going to waver because it's someone's opinion. And they hold on to that trust, that they have that stability. And once they have that trust, then they believe and are committed to move forward, you know, in decision and be there.
Very good point. Yes, they are hand in hand, that's for sure. Yeah. Hey, is Rosa still with us?
Yes, I'm still trying.
Oh, that's
and I
okay.
agree with Alicia that there has to be a certain level of trust first before that belief system can really kick in. Otherwise, it has to be a good balance there first. You know, if you don't have that trust that something is going to be there, then it's really hard to believe it. So I definitely agree with what Alicia was saying.
Right, right.
And you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, that's true. They do. I would agree that they go hand in hand. What I want to find out, Alicia, are there any comments or questions from our viewers that we can answer tonight?
Let's see.
Any questions out there?
Let me refresh this show here. I can't find it in the Google Hangout. I know there's a way in like the lower third or something, or the Hangout toolbox. I keep going back and forth, but I can't see on the YouTube channel. Let me see. Yeah. I guess Murat was commenting to me, belief is like core, and the trust is coming from the core. So I guess you see the process or the building blocks that you got to create with that too. That's great. Yeah, I don't think it's in the YouTube. Oh, I just lost it. Lost the Hangout toolbox. I keep going over to the app and it's not letting me use it. I don't get it.
I know.
It's always weird. Every time I go into these Google Hangouts, apps are doing something strange.
Yeah, we have to get professional training on this Google Hangout. It's like one night we're going to have it done perfectly. One night we're going to have it perfect. Okay, well.
Oh, that's good, Murat. The trust is the product of belief. So you gain, once you gain that trust, you have the belief. That's good. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Murat, for joining us. I know he's in the Netherlands and he's having a time issue over there with all the stuff he's going through, so I appreciate him coming out and watching.
Who is that came out from New Zealand?
I think he's in New Zealand. I keep getting the countries backwards. Murat, one of my team members.
Oh, nice.
Walks on. Got some pretty good team members coming on. Rosa here, and try to get some team members to come out when they feel like they're able to. We're ready to give them belief. Next week I'm going to have a hangout with some women talking about their Christian, how they can be a Christian in Empower Network with, how Aki Wood went all out with his cuss words on the blogs. So we gotta present that correctly. Netherlands and Amsterdam. Thank you, Murat. Someday we'll make it over there and figure that country out. I know it's a beautiful country. I'm blushing now.
Tulip land. Tulip land.
Oh, that's cool. I'm here in Plains of Texas. Awesome. Sweet. It is beautiful, I know. We gotta get some more picturesque pictures going on here in this Google Hangout, seeing where everybody's watching. So we kind of went through that kind of fast. Was there anything else that you kind of picked out, Pat or Rosa, from what David Woods kind of put out on his blog, and how I don't know what they went through on belief, or how people can really take apart and knowing that they have a strong belief in getting all in. You know, what does it really take to have that belief to that they can make that $3,500 purchase?
Not off the top of my head. I really can't think of anything else. You know, I think that there's so much there. It's just when you have technical problems, you're kind of concentrating on the technical problems, you know, which is horrible.
I don't know, Vash is having fun over here.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh,
All right.
I'm in the party zone.
Yeah, I was sitting there playing with those special effects too, trying to figure stuff out, but not having a good turnout after that. Anyway, I think I have hit every single button on this thing trying to figure it out, and it's not working, so.
Well, let it go. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
Let
it.
it go. Let it go. Just be with us. Hang out. You know, that's another good question. I wanted to talk about that $3,500 and spending the money for that product and being all in. And you know, I really love the exercise that David puts people through in the 15K audio number 1, because you know, people, it's a legit you know, excuse, if you will, that people don't have the money, you know, to buy the $3,500 product. And so the exercise that he puts people through of writing down exactly why, and I don't want to go into it because for people who don't have the 15K, this is a life-changing audio. So click the link below and get in with whoever brought you on this Google Hangout. And really do yourself a favor. I mean, I'm going to sleep every night with the Inner Circle and the 15K. I alternate. And it's really helping me change my belief, my attitude, my business. So,
awesome. So you recommend being consistent with it too. I mean, going back and forth, you have to.
yeah, like, you know, it's really awesome to have to be able to plug in at night and go to sleep with the 15K formula. Because in that formula, David Wood actually gives an exercise where he actually teaches how you get that money for anything in life, whether it's to buy a course or a car or go on a trip, how to get money for your life for anything, and how to get it out of thin air. And it's a really amazing process, and I've used it, and it does work, but it's really amazing and kind of so simple, but yet we overlook it. Like, you wouldn't even think of doing this until somebody brings it out. So that's what I wanted to share about that.
Great
So yeah,
tips
if you're
too.
not in for the 15K or the Inner Circle, those are 2 products that I feel is a must-have. So click the link below and get back to the person who invited you here and get in.
You know Darren Little, Pat?
Yeah,
He was on,
sure.
I brought him on a hangout a couple weeks ago. Yeah,
Oh, I
a couple weeks ago.
missed that.
And he went through or suggested his alpha release. Anyways, on that hangout I shared the link, and he goes through a process of how he has taken someone that is so dirt poor. I mean, they're living off the floor, sold everything in their house. I mean, they're homeless, right? Just like they say, you know, Dave was homeless, living in a van. I mean, you have no other resources that you can tap into. There's no other job. I mean, you just feel like there's no other options for you. Takes a person like that, does this mindset where you're, you know, squashing the negative and putting it on top of the positive. I mean, he goes through a process. I'm still working through that. And there's steps that you do throughout the day too. There's not only like in the morning, but I mean, you need to put a routine in your life in order to change that mindset, to do that. And he goes through different steps like that. And I love how, you know, oh, I didn't think about, you know, using that with a partner as well, and going through maybe a routine, someone else interacting, doing that with you as well. You know, there's so many different ways that you can do it, and everybody does it a little differently on how they visualize and how they go through a routine and process and being consistent with it as well. You know, we do that in our business funnels as well, using, you know, our awesome email autoresponder, because we love to get paid in our emails.
Right.
The dogs bark at the right time. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The dog loves getting paid.
That's right. Roof, roof, we believe that. So we go through that process and remind people daily, if not twice a day, of our emails, of what they need to be listening to, what we need to be guiding them to secure that belief in this business that we are real, we are always here, just an email away. Right? And just a step away, a text away. You know, people don't like to be on the phone all the time. They like to be broad in the masses of emails and videos like we're doing here in the Hangout, and making sure that more people get value out of it as well. You know, security and all that. I mean, it just goes through the process. I can't believe that consistency. And I've seen, you know, me being consistent on some of these Hangouts has helped more people understand that I am here, that I'm not going anywhere, I'm secure in my business, and that I don't feel like I have to push as much or hard, keep inviting, because people know that I'm going to be here on these Hangouts and do that regular for them, and keeping that belief in their business, keeping them secure and consistent in what they need to be doing. You know, Mike Hobbs mentioned that today in his regular webinar he does every day. He says, you know, 1 hour does save him 5 hours of time, because he's consistent.
Wasn't that incredible today?
Yes,
that was
and
so
doing that.
incredible.
That's so helpful.
So incredible.
Especially with this last product that came out this last week that everybody's pushing, going, this works. I'm like, it works because it's also an Empower Network. You just got to get all in an Empower Network.
Right.
To keep all the, you know, all the strategies that you need to do in your business is all in Empower Network. It's all taught here. You don't really need any other products. You don't need to go buy another $20 product, because it's inside of Empower Network. It's inside your team resources. It's inside all these audios. You just need to go out and do it. You know, listen to that again. Did you miss something? Then go listen to it again until you get it. You know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to listen to everything. You got to listen to everything at least 3, 4, 5 times, because every time it's something juicier that you learn. I find that in the Empower products. And also, Alicia, I just wanted to give you another shout out and recognition that you made it to Orlando and got some real private high-end training there. So I'm really proud of you for making the trip and getting yourself out there for, you know, sharing with all of us.
Thanks to Rosa. Rosa was there too, whichever one she's at.
Rosa, you were there?
Yes, I'm still here.
So why don't you guys share, like, for 2 minutes each on what you know, what was that event like for you, and what did you come away with, if you can impart some words of wisdom for us and the people that are watching tonight.
Yeah, Rosa, go first.
Well, I'm laughing because I had so much technical problems while I was there, and I'm still having technical problems, and I'm still on a different computer, you know. But that's okay. I know that it's just one of those things I have to go through because it's a mindset. I'm just letting it allow, and I know that I'm talking negatively to myself right now because I'm so frustrated, you know, but it's teaching me a lesson at the same time. I think that's one of the things I came away with is we have to be aware of the way we're talking to ourselves. You You know, the negative feedback that we give ourselves is so damaging.
First thing that happens. You
Exactly.
like people exert it to others, and are like, did you just hear yourself say that?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm trying to be more aware of the things that are really actually coming out of my mouth a lot more, and just kind of grin and bear it and say, okay, this too shall pass. And we had some awesome breakthroughs. We learned a lot of good technical stuff. You know, I haven't been able to implement any of it yet, but I'm still working on it. You know, at least not on the air. I have really put into play, since I'm not able to really get on the blogging, you know, stuff, I am writing every day, so I have a lot of content to put on there so that once I do get over the technical stuff, I will have the content to work with. I don't know, there was just so much. The thing that was most helpful to me also was just re-implementing some of those mindsets that we put ourselves into. You know, getting to know a lot of great people, you know, from the different countries. I thought that was really, really cool too. That they really are tangible. They are real people. You know, you see them on the Hangouts, or you see them on Facebook, and you read their stuff on Facebook. But when you actually get to meet them, that also becomes a reality. You know, so that was pretty cool.
That's what creates
Maddie,
belief too.
Yeah. Maddie and Tracy and Lawrence and Layla and Toby are just excellent. Not to mention Phil. He's the technical guy. You know, all that was really, really great. If I had to do it again, I do it again. And if I ever get the chance to do it, I will do it again. It was just that valuable in content, in both the technical and just the human element, you know, side of it. It was definitely worth the trip and the time away from home and the family and work. That four-letter word we don't like to discuss.
Right.
So yeah, I'd do it again.
Awesome.
Great.
How about you, Alicia?
You brought me back to almost when I first started on the internet. I had this little laptop computer when I moved to Georgia, and it crashed about every 20 minutes, and it took 20 minutes to boot up again. And it was so bad that I was thankful to go to a Curves, you know those workout places, and the owner there had an extra computer, and it was like an old desktop. It was like a 95 or something, and it was like 99, you know, or 2000. So it was like 5 years old, but it still worked. And I was like, rock on, I'm going to do this business now. I had this big old honking, you know, computer, and that's what I kind of worked on for like the next 2 or 3 years until I could get, you know, another computer. And so I know those technical difficulties, and working through going, does this camera work today? Can I get it uploaded? You know, I got a good internet, this can work. So you do with what you've got, and you press on to everything. And that's what, you know, that I had troubles there, technical difficulties as well, because I was using a tool that was totally opposite from what they were using. And they're like, what are you using again? And I was like, look, I've got the same thing. I just want to make sure what you guys are doing. And it was still not, I still couldn't get through those technical difficulties. It was like, I've got my first page, and it looked like crap. It was not going to be going out there on the internet. So I'm still working through those technical difficulties as well. So Rose is not the only one with technical difficulties.
But you know that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am working through them too.
But you know, that's the funny thing about it, that I can't figure it out, is I work on the computer all day long. You know, I mean, you can't sell insurance and not be on the computer, right? I mean,
Right.
but for some reason, you know, well, for one, I'm not on camera when I'm, you know, doing quotes or anything. But I don't think that's it either, because I get up in front of people and do presentations. So it can't be that I cannot figure out what that mental block is that I can't make this happen. It can't
Well,
be that hard.
Let
I'm
me
sorry?
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What if you just hit the link that Alicia sent us and just start all over again?
She did that
I
like
did that. Yeah, we
5
did that
minutes.
3 times.
Oh, yeah, of
We
course,
even tried
right.
to do my email. We even tried to do
Okay.
my email address. So I don't know. You know,
Okay.
it just can't be that hard. I know
Right.
it has to be operator problems, but I can't figure out what the operator's thinking.
Right, and that's kind of like the same thing I was going through. You know, I had never touched a Mac in my life, and yet I never had a laptop computer, so I'm here on the desktop, and then I go through and get in front of a Mac, and I'm like, how do you use this thing? I'm swiping everything, touching everything weird. Okay. And then, you know, someone's from Canada and has a French keyboard. Totally
Oh,
freaking.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
where's the
No.
apostrophe?
Right.
So I'm like,
Oh.
out of my element here, trying to learn all this new stuff. So it kind of sets you a little bit back from production that you're used to, maybe in the zone that
Right.
you've been going through. And so you have like, you know, that success curves in there, and you're like, I'll work through this. I'll learn how to make an apostrophe or copy paste, and just those little stuff that you still have to learn and work through. And that was, you know, some of the biggest takeaways I needed to work through, that I know I needed that technical difficulties that I needed. When I can do all this stuff, but it's just like that one tweak that I'm so stuck on. I want to get through it. It's like so exciting. That's like you're wearing different hats, you know? You got to put on different hats
Yep.
in order to get you to that next hill.
Exactly.
We
And
go
then
through
and
that.
then and then there's a hat that you like the best. Like I just discovered I like this one the best.
I like the crown.
And you got it, you know? You got it.
Go more princessy.
Well, I think what I'll just do right now is the clown face. You know, the thing that kind of keeps me going right now is the fact I have to think back, just like what you were saying a while ago, Alicia. You know, all the what you were like when you first started. You know, several years ago. I have to kind of keep thinking back. I've been an insurance agent for 12 years. This is my 13th year, and I started from scratch with nothing. The only thing I knew about insurance was that it paid doctor bills and hospital bills, but nothing else. So I had to learn it from scratch, and now I have all these different products, and you know, you have to learn it as you go along
Right.
and take the baby steps. And I have to keep
Right.
reminding myself to be patient with myself and learn it one step at a time. And what I finally decided to do today was, okay, when I get frustrated, just go back to the basics. Quit trying to be or to get to be in the 12th grade when I'm still actually in kindergarten. You know, so I decided go back to the very basics and start from scratch. So, and go from there. And that's what my plan is starting tomorrow morning. I know today we had the two, of course, Empower Hour and the Hangout, so that kind of took me out of some time there. But tomorrow, that's what I'm going to concentrate on, is just going through step 1. Okay, I've got that done. Step 2, got that done. Step 3, and see if I can figure out where I'm falling through the cracks. Somewhere I'm leaving one little piece, like you were saying, Alicia, that little tweak, something there that is so obvious and yet so frustrating because I can't see it. I can't see the forest for the trees. You know?
Yeah, we always go through those baby steps. I'm going back through them, you know, just in how we create a relationship strong with people, you know, through our emails. I was going back through my emails going, what is that missing link that maybe people aren't reading or taking action? Because people open it, but then what is stopping them from clicking the link and and paying, or I was like, what is them stopping from joining, or what is them not going to my video and saying hi,
Yeah.
maybe that one little step. So it's going back through and personalizing some more, going, maybe if I focus this on, maybe making videos on each of my videos again, maybe really making congruent, maybe they need to go see my Facebook first and that evidence first before the question that might answer them before they get so skeptical about learning from David Wood stuff. What makes you more personal? Anything that you can step out of your zone to make yourself more real, more personal, more your story. I think more people are gravitating to trusting you and to taking that next step and having a stronger belief.
I was just going to say that all that obstacles and baby steps all build up the belief, and I think that's
Yes.
what a lot of the 8 core commitments are all about.
Yes.
The 8 core commitments, because I was like that, like, well, what, the 8 core commitments kind of were like in the back, you know what I mean? Like they weren't in the front of my life. And then one day, like very recently actually, I realized, from being on the prosperity team and doing our call every day, how important the 8 core commitments are, and actually following them, that builds up belief. If you blog every day and you're seeing, like, even just, let's say 2 people share that blog, or the 2 people comment, and then a week later you see 4 comments, that raises one's belief, our belief as a community in what we're doing, and in ourselves personally. I remember when I got started in the business about a year and 8 months ago, Diane Hockman was on our 100-day challenge, and I was one of the co-leaders. And we had Diane speak. You remember that, Alicia? You were on it. And Diane Hockman was speaking, and she said, and I'll never forget this because I so related to. She calls herself the digital dingbat. And I so related that because even now in my videos, I say to people, if I can do it, imagine what you can do. Because when it comes to technical, I mean, there's like a ton of stuff I still don't know. My original blog is horrible, and I don't know how to change the header on it, and so I don't. But you know what? It's like I don't put my attention there. I don't put my attention on my blog that, looks ugly. It's really not me. It doesn't represent me. But I blog anyway. I blog daily on the Empower Network blog, and I use that blog as a backup. And the point is, I don't let those technical challenges that I go through every day stop me. So, and I think also for us women who are in our 50s, it's even more of an obstacle mentally, and then the challenge of relearning the computer. But I'm with you, Alicia. I live in Central America, and I refuse to buy a computer here because I don't want a Spanish keyboard. It would totally throw me down the deep end. So, yeah, it's just a matter of persevering, coming to hangouts like this, surrounding yourself with people who not only can teach you how to become successful because they're making $10,000 a month, but also believe in you. And, just keep coming back and showing up and doing what you can do that day to be a little bit better than you were yesterday. And that's really it.
Excellent.
My take on it.
That's right.
And you got to have fun. You got to wear the hats, and like you said, somebody said that today, music. Where did I see that? About, if you're feeling down, put music on. Music changes our state immediately. So
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
feeling sad and you put music on and you're dancing, yay! It automatically raises your vibration, see?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
I love it.
Where's the sound coming from? Oh, right, we have sounds here. You see what I mean, guys? Oh, I love it. So anyway, that
Yes.
being said, who wants to close this out so we can all take a few minute break and get ready for the big 9 o'clock call?
That's right. I'm just having too much fun. Ciao. The Qual and Empower Network. Who has those numbers? Let's see.
You gotta admit we do have a lot of fun on this hangout.
Only when you're on, Pat. I have a blast when you're on, Pat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Pat makes the party come out.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you know, I tell you, it's a funny thing, but I always was a party animal. So,
Flip the cake.
yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. Do that one more time. Do those drum rolls. The Empower Hour, guys. Get ready for the Empower Hour.
Empower Hour. Up here we are. Write it down. 209-255-1040. Now this call
And
for
we don't need
international.
a PIN number.
We don't need the PIN number. So for international, you still can get on the Skype free conferencing. And I think you go freeconferencing.1040 on Skype, add them as a contact, and then call them. I think that's the instructions for international.
Very good.
So I know some people on Skype it's always tricky doing it that way. But that's why it's important to get into, because it's recorded automatically and getting in the back office. And I think sometimes they put them in when you first log in, and sometimes they go ahead and put them in the inner circle. So that's why another reason why to get the inner circle, to make sure you do get those audios and you're able to get the recording. Excellent stuff.
And one more thing I'd like to say, really, to anybody who doesn't have the inner circle and the 15K, get those two products. Get with the person who invited you here tonight, and believe me, you'll thank me later. Get those two products and do yourself and your business a favor, and put the headphones and go to sleep with them on and watch the difference. In the meantime, I'm going to blow my cake.
Woohoo! Create belief in your life, belief in who you are and what you can succeed, because we love Empower Network because it's opened our eyes to a bigger picture of what you can do, and that's what makes it so powerful. You know, you can read that in, you know, your belief in your religion of what you believe, but it's got to come from you first, and you've got to have those resources available for you. So get all in Empower Network and click the link below. Connect with any of these ladies. Any last words, Rosa?
Nope, I think you guys have pretty well covered it all. Just see you next time.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you next Monday,
Yeah, hopefully you will.
7:30.
Hopefully you actually will see me next time.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. Guys, come back, invite your friends every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Alicia Success Hour. We are here believing in you.
That's right.
See
I
you
think
on
we're going to have
Monday.
Jessica Darty out, so I'm going to plug in for her to
Yeah.
come out.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Great job, Alicia. Thanks for having us on. Rosa, it was
Thanks,
great
guys.
to talk to you.
Get on Empower Network, all. See you at the top of the hour. Bye, guys.